passion. They want a shadow ban and shadow talk. They want a shadow ban and shadow talk. Social media gon' get you banned. All that clout chasing, trying to get a fan. Instagram models getting banned. Abu Dhabi, they in the sand. I'm in the Hobby Lobby, I got a clothing brand. Yeah, I'm the man.
Yo, get those spirit guns loaded. Ali Kazem, Shadow Uramishi in the building with yours truly, my guy, my brother, the one and only J.Haynes.
What's going on, y'all? I appreciate it, my brother.
Wahgwanj.
Wahgwanj,
J.
Wahgwanj, J.
You know what I mean?
What to do, man? I really appreciate you having me
I
on
want
your
y'all
platform.
to know, this is long overdue.
Yeah, for
Sorry
sure.
to cut you
For
off,
sure. Nah.
long overdue.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's been a long time coming.
Man.
We've consistently been in contact about doing this.
Right.
And this is just finally us putting it into
Perfect
action.
timing.
You know what I'm saying? Everything's about timing, and I feel like there's no better time than now for us to be doing this. So I really appreciate being on the platform.
Man, appreciate you coming.
You know what I'm saying? But we got some stuff to talk about. We got plenty to talk about.
We have a lot of history because a lot of people don't know. Me and Jay, we go back from I remember the first time I met you. It was around when I hit the scene around 2013. You was running. This is J.Haynes with the braids. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
This is J.Haynes with pulling up on you with the CD, the half black and white joint.
Wait. It wasn't 13. It was I came in 17.
Oh, that was 17. Okay,
that was
good.
17.
It was a lot going on during that time. But yeah, 2017.
Yeah.
So boom, meet you then. And then from there we started doing shows together and all types of stuff. We just running into each other. So it's been great ever since, you know what I'm saying? We got 2 joints together. We got Gruesome.
Yeah, I was listening to that the other day.
Them joints go dumb.
Late night, dark clouds. You can see the most beautiful things. Vampires.
And that project was the sequel to my classic project, One Life to Live. So, we had to do it big. And on To Live One's Life, I went and brought all the super MCs. Like, yo, let's really get busy.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure. Man, I remember. I ain't gonna lie. Off that project, our song was hard. Yeah. But my favorite song is Midnight Marauders. Midnight Marauders. I was like, hey, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna be completely.
With Tim OG, shout out to my guy.
Shout out Tim OG. Tim OG definitely killed it. I ain't gonna lie. To be 100, to be completely transparent with you.
Yeah.
When I heard it, I was like, all right, our song is hard, but why you ain't send me that one? Why you ain't send me that one? I'm like, oh my God.
He was jelly.
So when I heard it, I was thinking about, first of all, shout out to you, shout out to Tim. Who produced that?
I'm glad you asked that. This is the twist to the project.
Yeah.
So what inspired the project was, you know me, I'm a super hip hop head. I really scout online. I'm looking into shit. I'm reading the articles. So back then, during that era, during the blog era specifically, I have archived a website that had an unreleased demo of beats from Kanye from way back in the early 90s.
Right.
When he was first shopping his beats.
Okay.
So I get these unreleased, and I'm looking around online. I'm seeing ain't nobody use none of these shits.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is gonna be the sequel to my One Life to Live debut project.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Because my favorite producer is Ye.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is perfect. This is my way of paying homage to him. Just an ode to how much I love his production. And this is a sequel to my first joint.
True.
Okay, so we did that. So the whole project is produced by Ye. You know what I'm saying? Just fire joints.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Have you ever disclosed that?
Nah, man. Thank you for asking. Welcome to Shadow Talk, man. Whole lot of Shadow Talk. This is what we do. Hey, if y'all don't know, my bro has a degree in communications. You know what I'm saying? Broadcasting, talking, media personality. Like, he does this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I did just for fun in school, man. Shout out Troy University. Shout out Lindenwood University. It was fun. Like, so going there. So another shout out, because I'm the shout out king, because I always believe in giving people their flowers. Like, you should give people should get their flowers before they 6 feet under. Like, And then, especially for a lot of like males, I would say a lot of us males get our flowers when we die.
Right.
You feel me? So get the flowers now.
We gotta show love to our fellow males.
Exactly.
Right.
So anyway, another shout out my brother J Red doing this thing with Red's View and Who Gave Y'all a Podcast.
Yo, who gave? We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
We're gonna deep dive into that because that's major. Shouts to bro.
Yeah, but my brother, shouts out to him. He went to school. So this is the thing. Like, so he's big brother, I'm little brother. Me and him, I have 2 older brothers and 1 younger brother. Me and him are the closest in age, right? He's only 3 years older than me. So as a typical little brother, as you grow throughout your life, you spend a lot of time with him. So you find yourself kind of following in the footsteps. So he went to school.
Yeah.
He graduated from Jackson State University with a degree in communications. And when I went to school, I was like, hey, me and him have a lot of similar personalities. I don't have problems like getting in front of people, talking, coming up with interview questions, shooting, dissecting film or dissecting video and then editing it. Like I always thought all of that stuff was fun because I was always a creative anyway. So it was just, I saw him do it. He really loved it. He really enjoyed it. And it inspired me to go ahead and pursue that as well.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful I did it. It gave me definitely an advantage on, media being such a big part of society now. I'm glad that I got my degree because I'm able to discern and kind of dissect, pieces of information. Because one of the main things about media in general, it doesn't necessarily tell you what to think, but it tells you what to think about. That's the goal. So, with us being such in a media sense or a media frenzy right now in society, and it only looks like the trajectory of it is going to go upward. I really appreciate my degree because, with AI and stuff like that, a lot of people that can't discern that, I know exactly what AI look like.
Right.
I study film, you know what I'm saying? Old time film, like all the way from like, the old days all the way up to the recent days. I can tell the different camera angles. I think one of the coolest things out right now, one of the coolest clips, because in YouTube shorts and stuff, is one video that I saw when I was death scrolling. Was from Ryan Coogler, and he was explaining the differences between like the screen fittings, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when he was talking about the release of Sinners, like they had multiple. A lot of people don't even know there were multiple
Michael
releases.
B just won that Oscar.
Oh yeah, shout out, bro! Like for sure,
that's
huge. That's huge.
Major for
he joined the class that only 7 other
he put
other black men have won that. So definitely shout out to him. That's Black history. That's Black excellence right there. Shout out to you, bro. Like that's really big. But the video
his catalog is phenomenal.
What? Hey, I'll say this though. I'm never watching Fruitvale Station again. And I've only seen it once. And the only reason I say that is because it's so, bro. I can't, bro.
That's a deep, and it's a real story. That's what makes it like.
He did such a good job, and the story was a real story.
Yeah.
And at the time, that's been a real sensitive subject. You know what I'm saying? As far as like police brutality and everything, with the Black community. So it's very, very tough for me to see like stuff like that. Yeah. I loved it. It was great. But it's a tough watch. And so, bro, I'm probably never watching that again. But everything else, Creed, Chronicle. You ever seen Chronicle? Chronicle when him and his friends get superpowers.
Yeah,
boy, that shit so hard.
Yeah,
it's so hard.
Wakanda,
like catalog ridiculous. Black all the Panther, Black Panther, all of the Creed movies. He was in Hardball, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was in The Wire, I think. Yeah, bro. Like I
love The Wire. That's one of my favorite shows ever. I got that on crazy. DVD. I got the whole thing on DVD right now.
Shout out to bro.
Classic, bro.
But anyway, just to give it, bro, we can sit here and talk for hours.
No, he got a phenomenal.
Yeah, he really does. For real. But Ryan Coogler was explaining that there are multiple releases for Sinner. So depending on where you are and depending on the screen that you're watching, you're seeing something different. Like
no way.
I swear. And I'll explain it a little bit more.
I went to the theaters and watched it.
I know.
You telling me I saw.
But it's not gonna be the same when you go to IMAX theater.
That's so cool.
It's not gonna be the same if you go to it just depends on. I'm gonna send it to you, but
that's
awesome. One of the things that I like that I really appreciate. You know what I'm saying about cinematography and media and broadcasting and video and media in general. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
But you're a rapper. You know what I'm saying? You're a rapper first and foremost. That's what people really know you for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you
for
be
sure.
spitting on the mic crazy. Because
sure.
off camera, me and you were talking about like, you know, it's other individuals in the hip hop sphere that also really. Because I wanted to ask you, what are the pros and the cons of speed rapping or whatever connotation you want to call it?
Double time.
Double time
rap. So to me, how I originally got into music is all about this group right here.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah.
So with that being my introduction into hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Like my base is double time rap with Harmony. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, one of the advantages of it is it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime that I go and do a show.
Do you speed read as well?
I do read fast, yeah.
Like when you read, you be like,
yeah, I do.
Because you know there is.
I never thought about that though. Yeah, I do.
Because the reason why I say that, because I just recently seen a documentary and dudes was talking about like overseas in Asia and certain European countries, they teach their kids to speed read.
Yeah,
like they're reading through pages quick. They can run through books super quick.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean, so that's a real thing.
Yeah, nah, I've always been like that though. Like I never really like
process things faster.
I process things faster, especially like damn, I ain't never really think about it like that. Especially like between like education. I've always been a fast test taker. I've always been a quick learner because I'm able to like look at something, get the meat and potatoes of it, able to structure it in my mind and be able to manifest it or bring it into fruition. And then it kind of makes sense. And then with sports, you know what I'm saying, playing football, basketball, you have to make decisions in an instant.
All right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the game don't stop. It's constant motion.
Exactly. So I guess I've always conditioned myself to process things really, really fast. But when it comes to the music, my base is Bone Thugs and Harmony. And from there, how I got into hip hop from Bone Thugs and Harmony, I'm like, all right, well, who discovered or who came up with Bone Thugs and Harmony? Of course, it was them as a group, but they was synonymous with Eazy-E. Like, okay, well, who is Eazy-E? All right, so boom, went and looked at Easy Does It, all of that stuff. Neighborhood Sniper, a real MF, real motherfucking G's, all of that. And then, so why did he make it real motherfucking G's? Because he was feuding with this guy named Dr. Dre. Well, who is Dr. Dre? Go and look up all his stuff. Oh, damn, they was in a group with each other called NWA. Who the fuck is NWA? All right, cool. Ice Cube. Who is Ice Cube? All right, boom. So I went, and from there, boom, I just branched out. And my journey in hip hop actually went backwards and then went forwards. So, like, from Bone Thugs and Harmony, to me, that was the newest thing out. I ain't really know anything outside of that. Like, for real. I knew things I heard on the radio, like really poppy songs, like Britney Spears and all of that shit, Mariah Carey's and shit like that. But when it came to like rap, like that was my introduction to it.
Hip hop base.
So I went backwards and then I went forwards. And when I in the process of going forward, along with Both Thugs and Harmony, you learn who Twista is. It was Twista. All right, boom.
Chi-Town.
You listen to him, you know what he do. You know
Chi-Town in the building.
And then boom, I came across a guy named Tech
Nine. Oh my goodness.
And then you know,
that just blew your mind.
And it's just like, you know, to this day, like Technicality is definitely one of my goats, like one of the greatest of all time. I feel like it's indisputable, and a lot of people don't know who he is.
See, the thing that I love about it is when you have individuals that can have such a unique rap style, it's timeless.
Exactly.
You'll always be relevant because it's not based on a trend. It's based on you're just doing your sound. And that's what they love you for. Yeah. And they can only get it from you.
Exactly. Another thing I like that I'm kind of inspired by, like I'm a drummer at heart. One thing I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, one thing that I've always wanted in my life that I've never got for myself, that I'm probably gonna get for myself here pretty soon, is a drum set. I'm a drummer at heart, bro. So I'm really into cadences and rhythms and stuff like that. I love, like, when we at Mardi Gras, you know what my favorite part about the Mardi Gras parades are?
Right.
It's the hustle and bustle. I like that. But I like to hear that snare drum. I like to hear that.
Oh, yeah, with the band.
And so, like, boom, like, with that, in my love for that, I like to incorporate that into how I rap because I feel like that's hard. Like to me, like listening to the Tech Nines, listening to the Ritzes, listening to the King ISOs,
Yeah.
listening to a little bit of the Twisted Insanes, all of those people. So I always feel like the advantage is to go back to the original question. The advantage is I'm always gonna be timeless, or I'm always gonna stand out rather. Like no matter what, because everybody can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my own little lane, and I'm comfortable in my lane. And the other lanes is too much traffic.
Type shit.
You feel me? So why would I?
Let me ask you this: in that lane, do you feel like you have other competitors in that lane that can see you, or do you feel like you're reaching such different new levels and different pockets of flows and speeds that they got to catch up to you?
Like this is how I feel. Like I feel like it's just a very uncommon style. Not many people can do it. There are a couple of individuals around here who can do it at an exceptional level. That I feel like is an exceptional level. Because a lot of people, the misconception about double time rap is like people always just think that you're just saying a whole bunch of stuff and it's not making sense. And a lot of people do it. Like
I assure you, if you slow his rap down, he's punchlining, he's saying stuff, it's thematic, it all makes sense.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of their stuff don't make sense, and they use a lot of filler. You know what I'm saying?
Now that is true though.
Yeah,
there are a lot of speed rappers that do that. Like that's where Logic got a lot of flack because it was certain projects he just put a lot of filler in.
Yeah, and it's just like, bruh, you can be dope and like, you know what I'm saying? You can spit bars and do it fast, and if you can do it clear enough, people can hear what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So it's always gonna stick out. Anytime that I have a show, I always get an enormous pop from the crowd. And the reason is because everybody's been doing kind of the same little thing, or just rapping like, you know what I'm saying, just like in that trap type of way.
But what y'all be doing is not regular, bro. Like it's almost like your flow turned into an instrument.
It is, and that's what I'm saying. That goes back to the drumming thing. That's what I was telling you.
It's like you don't. It ain't just a regular flow. It's almost like a violin.
Like I was telling you, like you were saying, you use it. It kind of like becomes like an instrument in the track.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was saying. A drum in our heart, that snare drum. Yeah. That's where I be coming up with a lot of flows, like in different things how I would like play a snare drum case.
Oh, so you're picking up flows from all type of different
stuff. So boom on drumline. There's a groove, and it's like it's the groove where he was like trying to teach everybody the first drum cadence, and it was like, oh yeah. Boom. That drum cadence, boom. I was inspired by that drum cadence. So check this out. On Game, it's on Game Over. And Game Over, I copied that groove into the first verse.
I never thought about doing flows like that.
Yeah, I copied that groove, so like. So
how did the words come to you when you're trying to make the flow?
I hear the cadence and I just put in what I want. I kind of put in just how I feel or like the vibe of the song.
So you're counting the syllables, like how many syllables will go in each line.
It kind of sort of is not necessarily counting them. It's just like I know I have different beats that I gotta hit, and I gotta find something that fits into that. So when I on Game Over, it's like I was stuck in the struggle, then I got me a hustle by myself. I've been through the rubber to me. That's a little slower. So, but boom, with that, so it's just like I think of like the snare.
Right.
So boom, when I think of that cadence, I can just think of like, okay, I need we're doing 4/4 measure or whatever type of time signature or whatever the cadence is, whatever the beat measures are.
Yeah.
And what the count is, 1, 2, 3, 4. I only got a 4 count to be able to get all of this stuff in, but it gotta make sense, and it also has to match that cadence. So
got you. But
it's like a big puzzle.
Let's cut the BS, J.Haynes.
Yeah.
We know that the majority of the speed rappers, because what I told you, what I wanted to see is y'all on the track together. So we can really see who's really like the best of the best. You know what I mean?
Listen, so I've often wanted to do something like that. Like I wanted to do a track where I can really like get on there and just like go, and I can send it off to somebody, and they can just like go.
Right? Because am I delusional?
Like, I need one like that.
J.Haynes, am I delusional, or did we not come up in hip hop seeing our favorite rappers be competitive?
Yeah.
Seeing our favorite rappers have big bravados and
for sure.
So why now we're coming into it and that's looked frowned upon and you got to be this like, bro, we're not apologizing over here. We're trying to like really rap, like which leads me to what we were talking about. Top 40 list that we had made at Rap Function X marks the spot. It's the U.
Yeah.
Right. So, mic check. Let's get into it, man. J.Haynes, what were your initial thoughts when you first saw that list?
So, my first thought was, I'm really big on understanding, right? So, before I even looked at the list, I looked at the post, you know what I'm saying, on it, the wording on it.
Yeah.
And it said, this is the best rapper list, right? And then also on the thing, it said no order.
Right.
So before I even looked at it to have an opinion on it, I wanted to gather information on it, which I thought that was the point, right? To have the information on it. So I'm like, all right, I got to go into this list and think of, okay, this is the best rappers list. Best rappers, right? So that means people who rap, like lyricists. Then at the bottom it said what this is judged on. I was like, all right, cool.
Criteria.
So criteria. So boom. I look at it and I'm like, all right, cool. Now I feel like that post got a lot of flack, but I feel like for me the post was positive. Like, of course, one would say like, oh, okay, well you're biased because you know Ali, or you're biased because like you were in the top 4 or whatever. But the thing is, I don't even know why that's a thing because the post specifically said
no order.
No order.
Yeah, because people make complaints about that, but it's like, bro, it said no order. This ain't in any order.
It said no order.
Just, you know.
And then also a lot of the flack that I seen about it, like, guys, when I read it, this wasn't the hottest rapper list.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
it wasn't the hottest rapper list. Because honestly, if it was the hottest rapper list,
totally different list.
I wouldn't expect to see myself on it.
Right.
Like
I wouldn't be on there. He wouldn't be on there. Shit. The majority of that list wouldn't be on it. It'd be a totally different list.
It'll be totally different with totally different ratings.
It'd be mainstreamed up. You know what I mean?
You feel me? And I, shout out to all the people that's putting on. If it was the hottest list and it said no particular order, and you had the 2K ratings, I'm expecting to see Big Pluto. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm expecting to see Bianca Clark.
Right.
I'm expecting to see Let.
Right.
I'm expecting to see all of these people. Blue, MGM. I'm expecting.
Crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm expecting to see that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's at the best rappers list, and it's not necessarily that they don't make good music. It's just.
But let's talk about that. If it's the best rappers list, why are we making that emphasis?
Because
that's a conversation piece right there.
True, and I think in essence it was a way to give flowers to people who've been doing it and who are actually really skilled and gifted when it comes to performance, lyricism, and all of that stuff in between. Consistency. I think I big up everybody on there. Now I was just like everybody else. Like I felt like there were some people that was left off. Like the first thing that I said when I saw it, my first comment was what?
Angel Bean.
And I was like, where Angel Bean at?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And we ended up putting on that on the updated,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he ended up updating it. And this is the thing. I don't know all the Angel Bean music.
Yeah.
I don't. Like if you asked me to name a song, I probably couldn't. But I've seen her perform, bro. Oh my God.
It's fun.
Oh my God. Like one of the best performers I've seen down here, bro.
Right.
Like she just brings the energy and the music is hot. You know what I'm saying?
Dope style.
And she dope style. But a lot of people are like that. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, this is an opportunity to give flowers to those people. Like Tim OG is dope. Beeman is dope. TG is dope.
Goodness.
TG. The vocals. Rapping over vocals. You my guy. We working on it. But like people like that, like he's super dope, but no, like he's super dope. Every time I go to
Lando
Armstrong,
it's mad.
Young HD. Who else was on there?
Man, that list was deep, bro. Unknown. Malik Rose.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I'm saying? There were artists that I wasn't familiar with on there. But instead of being
Young
like,
Illy.
yeah, Young Illy. But perfect example. I think I performed at a show with Young Illy, but when I saw the name, I wasn't necessarily automatically familiar with
Young Illy one them ones.
So what did I do? What did I do? I said, all right, I don't even know. I don't know, bro. I don't really know and stuff like that. Let me go check them out because I'm not gonna just call somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like shit on anybody just because I don't know who they are. And I went and I looked it up. I gave them some views. Shout out. You probably seen the uptick in the video. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to be familiar. Like, I don't know this person, but obviously they're on the list. And just because this person isn't somebody that I typically listen to,
I appreciate
don't necessarily mean that they don't necessarily deserve the credit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that deserve credit. At the end of the day, I'm comfortable in myself. I'm comfortable in my lyrical ability. I'm comfortable in my performance. I feel like a lot of people are often left impressed and wanting more whenever they see me perform and they hear my music. I'm comfortable in myself. I'm
like solid. I said, breath control king.
I'm solid. But so with that, I'm not afraid to go show love to other people. Like because I feel like a lot of these artists, they feel like
you've always shown love. Always shown me love.
Yeah, bro. Sure. Yeah, for sure. And it's just like a lot of these other artists, they feel like, oh, if I show love to this dude, then that dims my light. You know what I'm saying? Or that makes me feel like a fan. But it's just like, nah, bro. If you're dope, I'm gonna say what you're dope.
It was great that we were able to do music together, and we're gonna continue to do more music because that's really what it needs to be in the city for the city to grow.
Exactly.
We all gotta continue to collaborate and work with each other. It's this weird energy that people have in their eyes sometimes. Or like you said, it's like they want all the attention, all the whatever, just to themselves. But it's like, yo. Are you like in survival mode in your head to where you think if this person has it, you can't get it? So because at that point, that ain't even jealousy no more. That's envy. Yeah. You just hating on me now. You know what I'm saying? Like if you jealous of me, that's one thing. But now you just straight hating on me? Why? Like I came out the mud. You know my story. You came out the mud. I know your story. We really came from nothing.
Exactly. We were performing in the middle of the street downtown. Like
shout out to R-Walk
and FBJ, man.
Oh yeah,
R.I.P. my boy.
FBJ, man.
R.I.P. my boy.
Shout out to my
bro, we even before you started coming around, like. Bro, we were performing in ragers and people's
in
like backyards and like hit underground garages.
Yo, this is my
like I've literally performed in any type of situation.
This is my road grade. We don't perform in garage shows,
bro, like everywhere, house parties, all of that shit.
You name it. Pool party, all of it.
And you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of artists on that list that were doing stuff like that really put in the work. So I feel like there was an opportunity to shout out to them, man. And everybody, if you feel like that you need to be on, like, and this is the thing, at the end of the day, bro, I know that my music isn't going to be for everybody. Everybody in the world is not going to like my music. Right. Eventually, I hope it gets to a point that's the case. Right. But I can't expect that. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that was the other point of emphasis with that list was for us to spotlight different types of subgenres in rap and hip hop that people don't talk about enough. You know what I'm saying? You got artists that have more emotional depth in their music. You got artists that have more skill set and technical ability like you. Yeah. And you know, so you got artists that are more just creative, hook driven, pop driven. You know, I know be trying pop stuff. So it's like this is like a great opportunity with that list to spotlight all these artists that when I look at all the other lists, guess what, J.Haynes? They're not on there. Your name not on there. And it baffles me because I'm like, with all due respect to those other lists, my thing is we're really outside.
Yeah.
Half these people, I don't even see these people. So I'm like, I don't even know who these people are. You know what I mean?
True.
Because if you're not performing, that's like a comedian who just writes the jokes and just has them to himself at the crib. Like the whole purpose of having it is to go perform it. It's the same thing with the music. Like you need to go perform it. That's where you really connect with the fans. You know what I mean?
It is like being personable. I feel like, like I was saying, so like just.
So that was the part of the list. Like We talking about people that are outside. Like J.Haynes is outside.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're gonna see me out there, like, and just being able to. I think one thing that validates me in being on the list too is because I'm able to go perform at so many different venues.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we have an event, like Ali, I had Ali did me a solid. So I did a cinematic concert. A while back,
that was
and I reached out to him, and he came through and did his thing. But
that was a movie.
Exactly. It was literally like a movie. Like it was cinematic. It's available on YouTube. Y'all can go see that, and you can download the All This Entertainment app on your Roku television.
Facts.
And access it that way as well. Shout out All This Entertainment, man. Those guys are really, really dope. Shout out Sergio, the whole team, Austin. I'm forgetting names.
Will?
No. I'm forgetting names. I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. No, don't stop. Let's not butcher this either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, shout out those guys, man, and shout out everybody that helped me put that show together. But I'm able to do shows like that where little kids are coming. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not gonna lie, that show was packed out. You had it packed out. It was a movie. It was an entire set. Like if y'all would have seen it, like it's on YouTube. It's on Roku.
Yeah,
it's an entire set.
It's
built
split up
from
three parts.
Three parts.
Like
he had me on there. He had Zeta Bull on there. He had Melody Rose on there. You had you on there.
Ray the Gemini. She came and did a little cameo. Shout out, bro. She beat my ass in there.
That was y'all had the whole cinematic performance. It was on some like samurai thing. Y'all had the footage with the ninja stuff. Y'all had the footage as well. Y'all recorded at the Japanese park.
Yeah,
bro.
that was hard.
That was hard, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate
y'all showed out. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes with what you did with that, it's not about ROI. It's more so about it being a checkpoint in your career. That's a memory that will live on forever. You know what I'm saying? And it's documented.
And that's the type of stuff that I like. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like as an artist, I feel like the ultimate goal is to be able to share yourself, your thoughts, your creativity to the world. I feel like I was telling you before we started recording, I feel like the dopest thing in the world, the ultimate mark of creativity or measure of creativity is being able to bring a thought into the world. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to be sitting here and being like, we can sit in the dead silence just like this, and then I can think of like a bass line for like a beat, and then I can build out a whole beat from my head from me just sitting here thinking to myself.
A whole lot of shadow talk, bro. It's spiritual, though. I'm telling you.
It is. And then
you're channeling the Most High, man. It's spiritual.
I think if you ever seen the movie Soul, it's it's like kind of like a Pixar film. It's not a Pixar film, but it's a Disney film. But it's about finding your purpose in life, and it's like when you enter like the zone.
Yeah.
Or
nowadays they call it the flow state.
The flow state. You know what I'm saying? When you enter your zone, you know what I'm saying? Where everything just, you know what I'm saying, just comes together. And that, I feel like that is you accessing that higher power. You know what I'm saying? You tap it into that inner source. You're moving without even thinking.
Right.
You feel me? Ultimate instinct.
Right.
But yeah, man.
No, that shit.
I feel like that's the ultimate measure of an artist. So I take pride in my shows and stuff. When I perform, I try to like put together an actual like a little script. Like,
no, you definitely got a high standard nowadays, and it's only right because you're at the stage of your career where you need to be doing, you know, higher level things, taking higher, bigger risks. So
yeah, for sure.
You're doing right. Also, at the stage of his career, I want, like I said earlier at the pod, I want to jump into this. Your older brother, J. Red.
Yeah.
He is going up right now with
Shout out to him.
Who Gave You a Podcast. Y'all go check that out. He just got Gunplay on there, which when I seen it, I was like, no way. I'm like, that's J.Haynes' brother. I know it is.
Yeah.
I go see you follow him. I'm like, no, that is his brother. I had to make sure. Like, no, that's bro.
That's my bro.
I'm like, hey, no way, bro. Then I start seeing all the Gunplay clips on all the rap blogs I follow. So I'm like, no, this is going viral, bro.
Yeah.
So, you know, speak on that, bro.
Hey, shout out him, man. I'm really extremely proud of him. I've always known that was supposed to be what he was doing in life. like, you know, early in life, he has always been the music. He's a real student of hip hop. That's exact. I give him all the credit as far as shaping my vision of hip hop or my view of hip hop and getting me even started in there. So he, of course, dabbled in music, and although he's a pretty good rapper, I've always told him like, look, I like your music, but bruh, like, that's what you need to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, his personality is so big.
His hip hop and social commentary is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
He has a great perspective on everything,
and he's doing a great job. Him and his host, I'm forgetting his host name. I know.
Where are they stationed? Are they out in Atlanta?
Yeah, they in the A.
Oh, y'all killing in the A, man. Shout out to bro. Y'all doing your thing.
I just talked to him earlier today. That's my boy. But yeah, man, he's doing a great job with that. The views with gunplay, you know what I'm saying, going up. And
you know what that means, right?
And his other takes are really, really going. Like, yeah, I don't remember Cash Money No Limit had a battle.
Yeah,
boy, one of his clips went so up because his reaction to the
No Limit.
Yeah, No Limit when Master P played some song.
Oh, I remember. And then he started going crazy to it. Yeah, that boy just it was when it was his reaction to what Birdman had said.
I remember the song started playing. Bro just stood up and just started looking at everybody like this. And then went to the camera and was like, shout out, bro. But yeah, man, he's doing a phenomenal job, man. All of his content, like me personally, anytime he drops anything, I'm always trying to be like the first person.
Guys, it's not difficult to support.
Yeah.
It's easy to like and share.
Yeah, it really is.
Because I've recently had, and I'm just being real. People could say I'm overreacting, but I'm just being real with you, bro. I'm just being honest. It's real shadow talk. It's from my heart.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
I feel like at this age, as a grown man, I should not have to call you and tell you, hey, you know, the project that you're on, go support and share it.
Yeah.
Like, why would I? Because that's what people would tell me. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm at the age now where you know better.
Yeah.
So for you not to do that, you're letting me know that you really don't rock with me like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll do you a solid and let's just cut it here. You know what I mean? And that's just how people can say I'm overreacting. But it's like I've experienced too many individuals that down the line, those individuals end up backstabbing you or doing something. So it's like, you know what? I'll take it as a sign. So let me go ahead and dodge that, you know what I'm saying, ahead of time.
Yeah. Me personally, man, like, I used to take things like that personal, but I don't know more so, like nowadays. My thing is like this. Once I understood that I can't expect me out of everybody, then that's when I started like to really realize like, it is what it is. Like, cause me personally, I'm always down to support. Like I said, I'm comfortable in what I do. I'm comfortable in who I am.
Yeah.
People like what I do.
Yeah.
I'm very, very grateful for that. So I'm not opposed to supporting, like, especially if I rock with you. Like, my view is, like, if I'm scrolling, everybody death scroll or doom scroll. I think that's what they call it. Doom scroller.
Yeah.
Where they just scroll.
Yeah, I was doing that earlier too, sadly.
Bro, like, when it comes to, like, people I fuck with and people that, like, you know, I'm cool with, bro, honestly, 98% of the time when I see somebody post something, like,
it's easy. It's just love. I just keep pushing.
And honestly, 98% of the time, I don't even read it.
Yeah.
I don't read it
because you know.
But I like and I share it because, all right, bro, like, this is somebody posted this and this for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
But bro, people are weird. They'll just look at your stuff and that's it. But they'll constantly look at your stuff.
Yeah, and it's cool.
Like,
and at the end of the day, bro, nobody's obligated to do anything. Like, at the end of the day, like, even my friends who I grew up with, nobody's obligated to like my music because at the end of the day.
You're right, but my thing is, I personally get tired of hearing all those cliches just because it's like, well, why can't we create this ideal world?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why do we always have to go with those technicalities of where they're an adult, they're not obligated? Well, no, screw that. That ain't right, though, morally. You know what I mean? Because if it's real support, then what are you doing? Are you jealous? Do you have envy? What is it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm not saying that in a lot of cases that's not the case.
You know what I'm saying? Because there are some slimy motherfuckers out here. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
There are. I'm not taking away from that. It is what it is, and what people fail to realize is that there are so many different perspectives and so many different viewpoints on shit.
Right.
And people are just getting locked into one viewpoint. And my thing is, I was locked in on one viewpoint. Like, it was at a time where I was really upset with my friends because they not reposting my stuff, going hard for me. And
That
stuff
shit
like that.
hurt, bro.
But I had to realize, bro, like I was saying, I can't expect me what I do out of them,
right?
Because they're not me, right?
Right.
And at the end of the day, these are my niggas. Like, I'm gonna be there regardless for anything. Like,
and I also learned with certain people that are around you, in their mind, they think they're supporting you because they do it in different ways. Some friends feel like they're supporting you by buying a ticket and coming to the show, and they think that's good enough.
Yeah.
Some friends are supporting you by clicking play and checking out the music. Some friends is by sharing the post. Some they do all the above.
Yeah.
So that's when I had to realize I can't take it personal with, oh, they didn't do this or they didn't do that. It's like, they support different ways.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, everybody got shit that they got going. You know what I'm saying?
The crowd we're looking for is the rest of the world.
Yeah,
so why am I even fixated on it?
Exactly.
It's because it's the easiest thing to be mad about your career, because it's like, and I had to be real myself, it's like you're playing the blame game.
Yeah, you can't do that, bro.
You're playing the blame game, you're playing the victim game, and it's like, let's be real men about it, and let's just, what you gonna do to solve it? What you gonna do to better your career? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what we're at.
So my thing is like this, and then I started taking to a approach like, all right, well, if they don't like it, let me make some shit that's so fucking fire.
Yeah, you have it in your bag.
Let me make some shit that's so fucking fire. Inseparable,
my bad.
Jiggle it. Let me make some shit that like, bro, they can't deny.
Yeah, that was joy.
You know what I'm saying?
You got the joy.
And honestly, that's what inspired me to get into different lanes too.
Yeah.
Like, I had to sit there and think, like, I ain't cool. I'm a double time rapper. I'm really good at that. But I can get busy as a, you know what I'm saying, a boom bap rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Both, because bro, you literally with those joints, you literally got the joints that if I'm at the college party and I pass you the aux, you could literally play your joints and it'd turn the crowd up.
For sure.
I'm talking about that age group. They wouldn't even. They'd be like, oh, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? They start vibing, they wouldn't even question it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
So, but because people don't realize, like we were just talking about off camera, that's also a skill set.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
I feel like
just as much as a top tier lyricist.
Exactly.
Being able to simplify is very much so a technique.
Yeah. Like, I just feel like, you should write what you feel and do what you feel, and you got to be able to connect with people. My problem was I was running into, everybody was like, oh, he's the fast rapping guy. And, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that coupled with, you know what I'm saying, wanting to make something that's undeniable, all right, cool. Let me step out of this lane real quick, although it's nice and clear and sunny. I'm due for a little workout, a little tune up. Let me go ahead and hop into the club lane, because up until the point where my last project that dropped, Into the Void, y'all can go get that on all streaming.
Go check out Into the Void in the description right now.
It's really dope. One thing that I wanted to do was enter all the voids that people were constantly saying that was missing. Like, everybody knew I could perform. They were like, okay, well, Jordan ain't got J.Haynes ain't got nothing that you can play in the club. All right, so
let me just check that out.
All right, let me check that out. All right, J.Haynes ain't got no record for the ladies. See, baby, I want you. Jay ain't praising the Lord, is he? Just
have that one too.
All right, you make it all right. And then so, like, you know what I'm saying? In that project, I wanted to get into different bags. And one, because that's just how I felt. Because everything that I write, I really feel like I'm really about the stuff that I put into my music.
Right.
I feel like that's the best way to be completely transparent and get people to kind of latch on, is because you can be relatable. Like, for instance, the song Problems I got.
Right.
Pass me by.
I've literally seen you cry on stage before. That's how heartfelt your music is.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like, Give and Take always gives me. Give and Take is that song that, I'm always going to perform at every set, because it makes me feel close to the people that I've lost.
What would you say is one defining verse in your career thus far?
The most defining verse? I don't know. I don't know about defining, but I have my favorites.
Yeah.
I have my favorites. Like Give and Take.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites. I was so sad when I wrote that song.
Ooh.
And I get so sad when I think about it. All the time. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But that one definitely, I feel like my first verse or both of my verses from Problems were real. Like those are my favorites. I think my favorite verse to perform is probably is the first verse is Solo. I need my space. I need my time. Get out of my way. You need it time. The little trees to eat my mind to the best. So I think that's the most. And honestly, bro, this gonna sound like really, really, really weird, but it feels good. Like it feel like these verses and stuff, and then when I double time rap, it just feels good whenever you're like rapping it. Like endorphins go off like crazy. Dopamine.
That's true because you got certain flows. Yeah,
it's super crazy, and it's just like, damn, like this sounds good. It feels good.
Do you feel like you could see do you think that could translate into the battle rap world?
It could.
Could you see yourself be not be a battle rapper, but could you see yourself, be in a battle rap? If somebody were to challenge you.
Nah, battle rap ain't even necessarily my thing. I could do it, but that's not where I get, my joy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, if I never made money off of music, I still would make music. Yeah. Because that's just what I do. Music's been a part of my family.
So you don't consider battle rap as like a hip hop strike that you got to get?
Not necessarily. I don't think there's an instruction manual on any of this.
Eminem was a battle rapper.
That's great. Eminem was one of the best rappers of all time. Nas wasn't a battle rapper.
I'm sure Nas probably battle rapped in the streets.
Probably back and forth on the table.
They all did
on the table and shit.
Yeah, they all did.
Not everybody. I don't think that there's a criteria that you got to check off. Like me personally, there's no instruction manual on how to be a rapper. Yeah. There's no instruction manual on how to make it in the rap game. Right. So everybody that think they got everything figured out, like, nah. Right. Everybody had a different venue. So until somebody comes out with an instruction manual that they know of, you know what I'm saying? You can do whatever the fuck you want to as long as you are true to yourself and you're dope and you find your core fan base.
You shadow talking.
Then you good. Like,
speaking of somebody who's doing it their own way, and this is a current topic because I just thought about this and I'm like, I gotta ask him because this is in real time. What do you think about the comments LaRussell made? Did you hear the comments?
No, what did LaRussell say?
So basically LaRussell said...
Oh, that about Wayne?
No, not that one. This is one that just happened like the day before yesterday. That's been going crazy. It went so crazy to the point that this morning or yesterday, people realized he went and deleted all his social media.
What did he say?
So he got on stage and he was like, hey, he prefaced it by saying, my engineer told me not to release this song. And I told him, shoot, I'm not scared. I'm going to release this anyways. Mm-hmm. So he begins performing the song and the lines start out by, even the devil was heaven sent. And you're like, all right, cool, pause, we get it. And then he continues and he's like, even Donald was heaven sent. And then he's like, even Epstein was heaven sent. And then he goes, even Adolf was heaven sent. And then he goes, and then he says, even Martin is heaven sent. And it's like people were trying to figure out what the correlation was. Like, what's the point of you even saying that? Like, because yeah, everybody is made by the creator, but are they necessarily righteous? Like, we're talking about individuals that did some very heinous things in history. You know what I mean? So, correct. How do you feel about those comments?
I think that first of all, that shit is hilarious to me. It wouldn't necessarily be any music that I would necessarily listen to all the time, but I think technically, I mean, we all were born with original sin, according to Christianity. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just like, it does for everybody that are believers, like myself. I do think that God created everything. You know what I'm saying? So in that essence, he's true, but these people are some of the scum of the earth. Like they are the scum of the earth. Like they're very truly like evil people. Right. But I feel like people get so, and people forget this one lie. Because I promise you, bro, like I learned so many good one-liners. Like you do realize two things can be true, right?
Yeah.
Like two things can be true,
right?
Like for instance, Hitler was evil to me. He was also one of the greatest leaders that the world has ever seen. Two things can be true,
right? And it's a lot of evil people in history that they don't spotlight. It's a lot of evil people, right?
Yeah,
Am I tripping?
Yeah, nah, for sure. Like, I mean, like Genghis Khan, bro. Like Genghis Khan, you know how many people this man been slaughtered?
Yeah, he's horrible. Yeah.
I can also say he's one of the greatest commanders that the world has ever seen. Two things can be true. Just because there's so much negative associated with the person does not necessarily mean that they were not the best or not good originally, or you know what I'm saying? Because even Satan was one of God's favorite angels.
Real shout.
Lucifer.
Right.
Before he fell.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
It's just so like if you want to get technical and spiritual like that, you know, Lucifer started in heaven, y'all. He was God's most beautiful angel, I think.
Right.
It's so much so that he thought he was equal to God. So it's just like
shadow talk,
even the most evil thing in our perception of good and evil, even the most evil thing originally started good.
He ended up explaining himself. He responded before he deleted his social media, and he said, "Y'all don't condemn all these serial killer rappers y'all listen to every day. Y'all don't condemn all these other individuals, but y'all want to condemn me for speaking on, you know, trying to make a point that, you know, everybody is made by the creator," or whatever his point was. But
yeah, but so
sometimes messages can be a little forced. Like
I feel
that might not have been necessary.
I feel like you got to be responsible for your words. Like if that's how you feel, cool, but you got to be ready for the blowback of that stuff. Those are very
clickbaiters too. Like.
Yeah, those are very serious topics right there. True. You know what I'm saying?
Very serious.
So especially with everything being so recent and you knowing
that this is really real time happening.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be aware of the things that you say and the blowback that you're gonna get. Like I'm not faulting you for what I say it though. No. I'm not talking politics, I'm not talking religion, and I ain't talking and that's just that. Like those are the topics that me personally coming up with in journalism and all of that stuff. Yeah. Like I know, and especially with me being in sports and being media trained on how to talk to, you know what I'm saying? I understand that, like, you know, it's taught, those are just topics that you stay away from.
Right.
Because, like, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you choose to speak on those, that's completely fine too.
Yeah.
That's completely fine too. But it's just, you know, you gotta be a little.
We gotta change the landscape of media back to where the artist has, you know, the ability to be able to speak without being condemned, you know. And same thing with stand-up comedians, because right now they're not really allowed to speak the way they used to. The way we came up on our comedians, like they were loose cannons, like they were
super loose.
Anything.
But yeah, it's all about the climate.
The climate right now is very sensitive.
The climate and
we got to get back to being a little bit more tough skinned.
It's all about the climate and the environment.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's almost some shit like you got to read the room. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that would have been more well received.
But see, it's easier for you because you know, you're a track coach. You do more things where you have to be composed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Around a lot of different type of age groups, so you understand how that goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, you know, it's just I deal with a lot of kids. I coach football, basketball, and track, and I see what music and media and all of that stuff does to the youth.
Yeah.
A lot of kids that, I've seen and been around were raised by a TV. Like, you know what I'm saying? They were raised by a tablet. They were raised by a phone. You got to think about it. Like, this generation, especially the younger kids coming up, they're like this generation. They're the most detached generation that we've ever had. Because think about it. I was born in 91, right? So I understood what the world was like before certain technologies and before the internet and before I remember, albeit I was still young, but I remember having the phone that you gotta go pay the bill for, the cord phone and shit. You know what I'm saying? I remember the Polaroids. You know what I'm saying? I remember all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I also remember going outside, having to be home before the street lights came on, walking around all the Toninville, you know what I'm saying? And I watched TV and all of that stuff, Toonami and all of that shit with my anime and watch sports. I ain't really getting into sports until I was actually like full on playing sports. But in order for us to play, I would have to get on the phone, call my homeboy house, talk to my homeboy mama, talk to my homeboy and say, "Hey, start walking to the park. I'm gonna meet you there."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if I wanted to go play a game, a basketball, 2-on-2, whatever, I would have to call my friend, do that whole process I just said, and then call somebody else or walk to wherever we're going and hope somebody is gonna be there. And so we gotta enter. And then if I'm losing, I gotta take that L. If I put that bread up and I said, "Oh, we're gonna hoop for the bread, or we're gonna play football or pick 'em up busting for the bread," I had to take that L. Now, think about it now. With the kids nowadays, if they want to play 2-on-2, all they gotta do is bing.
They in there, yup.
Hey bro, hop on.
Yeah.
There's no walk.
It's not, y'all. If y'all watching, it ain't healthy, man.
You get what I'm saying? Like, there's no
iPad living.
And guess what?
They just glued to their phone. Like, come on, man. This ain't healthy. What are y'all?
When we playing outside, and if me and my homie we playing 5-on-5 or whatever the case may be, and I'm getting my ass whooped, I gotta learn how to lose and get my ass whooped. And then probably after that, if I'm mad, I can fight or whatever. But guess what?
Yeah.
Nowadays, if I'm getting my ass whooped on the game, guess what I can do? Boop. Or bing. Quick. Are you sure? Yes. They don't have to sit there and take that ass whooping.
Right.
Thus, them not knowing how to lose and all of that stuff, like especially with me coaching sports, like kids, sometimes you got to learn how to lose.
That's true.
And sometimes you have to learn how to lose.
Sports is great. It'll teach you a lot of great lessons.
That's how I learned a lot about life. That's how I learned a lot about life.
So, I definitely also want to ask you, man, talking to our audience out there, man, what all you got coming up, man?
So I'm currently working on a project called Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.